not suicidal, but like, I wouldn't mind if I died. Like, you get to a point where you're just like, you're just physically tired and you're physically broken.
It is towards the end of the year, there's just a lot happening. Everybody has something that they are dealing with, and I feel like some of the lies that the devil tells us is that you are going through this alone. You are facing so much chaos alone. That is a lie from the pit of hell. Everyone has a cross to carry. Hello once again. Hi my VIPs. You guys are more than welcome to our YouTube channel, Queen Rami Talks. If you are by any chance watching me for the very first time, kindly do consider subscribing. You won't regret. This is the VIP lifestyle where everybody is as somebody. Yes, on this channel you are also important. Your comment, your like, your viewing is very, very important, and most importantly, your subscription that is free is very, very important. We are on a hashtag road to 3K. Yes, so make sure that you don't leave this video without subscribing. But as energetic as I can be, this video is rather a sad one. I'm coming to you guys with a little bit of a heavy heart, but I thank God that when I found out this, what I'm going to talk about, I took some time out before I could record, because I'm sure I was going to be so emotional. It is towards the end of the year, there's just a lot happening. Everybody has something that they are dealing with, and I feel like some of the lies that the devil tells us is that you are going through this alone. You are facing so much chaos alone. That is a lie from the pit of hell. Everyone has a cross to carry. Everyone is going through something, and of course, with the economy that we are in, with the current state of our economy, everyone is trying to make it. It does not matter how much. It's only those that are high there in higher positions of your government, your politicians, that I believe are having it easy. But apart from that, we are all going through something. So I came across this tweet on Twitter. I'm not always on Twitter, so I just go in and out, because Twitter is not for the faint-hearted. You gotta be sure that you want to be there, because your mental state can be tampered with on that app. But I believe now it's almost all social medias. It's just what you give yourself to that can affect you. So I came across this tweet where somebody was talking about the fact that there is a man who took his car and went to a nearby farm, and he wrote a note for the wife, and a note basically for the wife and also for that person who is going to find him, because he hoped that he can be found. But with his car being gone, obviously he was going to be found. So he wrote all the details of the wife so that whoever finds him can contact the wife. So this man literally went to that farm, wrote everything, and then hanged himself on a tree, and yeah, whoever he is, may condolences to his family, which led me to talk about this video. The reason why I first stated that not all of us are going through something, it can be different. It's different for each and everyone. It can be personal, it can be workplace, it can be church, it can be marital, it can be whichever sphere of our lives. Kids are now writing exams, so there's just a lot going on everywhere. So that is why I felt the need to write this, because it is very sad coming to a place of being a man and seeing no option but the option to end your life, you know. And we are being taught, like, as men, don't talk, monna ha le o llela ko teng, you know, a man is not supposed to cry, put it all in, and then yeah, you have to make a plan, you are a man. But I can only feel so sad that he didn't even have any option but the option to end it all. You know, and I heard that when in that tweet they mentioned that when they called the wife said he hasn't been home since Saturday. So this man was found literally on Monday, you know. So it is a very sad scenario, you know. And it's not a hidden fact that a lot of people are suicidal. You know, I came across a certain sound on TikTok, and the person says,
not suicidal, but like, I wouldn't mind if I died. Like, you get to a point where you're just like, you're just physically tired and you're physically broken.
It's not that I'm suicidal, but I don't mind dying, you know. As much as that may not sound like suicidal thought, but the fact that people just want out, you know, people are having it so hard that they would rather not be part of this earth. I think it's very, very painful. It's very, very painful, and it just shows us that we need to be more appreciative of our states, you know. And when I say our states, I can mean that, you know, every time, let me give you a mini scenario of my life. Every time when I feel like I'm going through so much, I feel like life is just not nice, you know, God will literally send a scenario or a situation my way, not necessarily personal, but I would have people talking about their lives, and I would be like, you're going through that, and I'm crying because of this, you know. So it's literally the case for a whole lot of people, you know. So we need to, no matter how hard our situations can be, we need to find a place of understanding that there are people who have it worse. I mean, seeing him going to finish and end his life, he had a car, you know. Even if somebody may come and say that car might have belonged to the bank, might not have been his, maybe he was in debt and all those type of things, but at least he had a car, you know. There are people who are still praying to have cars. There are people who are still using public transportation. And I'm telling you, in this weather where it's raining so heavily, people don't have a choice but to wake up in the morning and go to work with buses, with trains, you know, situations that are just not favorable. But they don't have a choice but to do that. And then you look at somebody who at least had a means of transport. Guys, having a car, it's so helpful. I don't blame people who just go ahead and not buy houses first but rush to buy cars. I don't blame them at all. You know, just to go from point A to point B, it's the best thing that can ever happen to anyone, you know. So you look at him, he had all those means, but he still decided to end his life. So these scenarios that I'm making, I'm just trying to make somebody see who is out there feeling so low, feeling so down, feeling suicidal also, that it may seem like it's worse, but there are those who have it even worse. It may seem like your situation does not have a solution, but there's somebody out there who does not even have hope on how they will come out of certain situations, you know. I mean, this topic for me is very personal, having to deal with a family member who did commit suicide, you know. It hit hard, and I may not know what could have been going through the mind of people who commit suicide and all those type of things, and I won't even say they should have thought about the family. But all I can say is, no matter how hard life can be, there will always be a solution. There will always be a better chance. There will always be a second chance. You know, it may be a situation of finances where you feel like all odds are against you, where you feel like nothing good is coming out of your situation. But I'm here to tell you that there are people, you may be crying because you are eating bread, but there is somebody out there who's crying to at least have the bread. I'm just here to say, do not kill yourself. Do not kill yourself. Do not end your life. There is still hope for you. It may seem dark. You may be losing your home. You may be losing your cars. You may be losing everything that you felt like made your life better. But you can still bounce back. You can still rise again. You can still make it through that dry season. Just do not end your life. And I know somebody may come and say, but Queen, you do not understand. I know life can be hard, guys. You know, I know life can be unfavorable. I know situations can sometimes push you to the edge. You know, I know there are, you know what, I mean, there's a certain lady who did utter the words she wants to kill herself, I mean, last week. So my heart was just so torn. And then I saw this tweet also. So I was like, guys, it's hard, but do not end your life. Do not listen to those voices that keeps on telling you that you are better off dead. Because I believe it's all in the mind. I believe it's scenarios of depression. You know?
But at some point, the depression goes from being something that's mental to being something that starts being physical. So you start seeking like medical help, and you get things to cope, antidepressants and anxiety meds, right? But those can only carry up to a certain point. It doesn't make the thing go away.
You know, where the devil will just whisper to you, end it all. You know, it may be situations that have to do with relationships. You feel like you are cursed. No man wants to commit to you. But do not end your life. You do not know what is on the other side. You do not know what God has in store for you. But if you resort to ending your life, what is the solution there? You know, there are some negative voices that we must never listen to. Voices of the devil that tells you your situation can never get better. Voices of the devil that tells you God does not love you. God does not have time for you. God has forgotten about you. That is a lie from the pit of hell. Do not kill yourself based on a season. Seasons change. Seasons improve. Bank balances improve. Sometimes we look at our situation and feel like, oh, it is so bad. Nothing good can come out of me. My family is looking up to me. But
I'm my family's last line of defense. So that's also another pressure that you put on yourself. You go, if something happens to me, what happens to everyone else? Do you know what I mean? When you don't take care of yourself and you're constantly worrying about other people, that also makes you slip into a depression.
But at the end of the day, we need to understand that God has a plan for your life. God has a reason why you are still alive. You know, sometimes you look at people who die and you feel like they still had so much to offer. And sometimes you may feel like God is saying, your time is up, you know. But as long as God has not yet taken you out, do not take yourself out. God has a reason why you still wake up in the morning. God has a reason why you are still here. And the only way you can fulfill that reason and see that purpose of your life is for you to stick around. You know, my heart gets very sore when I have to look at people who experience suicide on a personal level. And you realize that it's a very painful death, because some do not even write notes. But I don't think, after experiencing it myself, I don't think no amount of note or message that a person can write can ever heal the pain that comes with somebody who commits suicide. I don't think there's any amount of giving instruction on a piece of paper that can buy that person's life back, you know. So the only option, do not kill yourself, do not end it all. God has a purpose and a plan for your life. God has a reason for you to be breathing. And you know, sometimes when a person gives out such messages, someone can come and say, you are speaking from a place of privilege. You seem like your things are in order. Nobody has it in order. We are just praying by the grace of God to make it through. Nobody has it all figured out. So we need to find ourselves in a place where we believe that things can get better. I know that sometimes we hope for the best and the best does not happen. I know sometimes you can be so hopeful and so excited thinking things are about to change and they still remain the same. But that is not a reason for you to kill yourself. So I don't know who will get a chance to see this video, but I'm saying to you, hold on a little longer. Hold on a little longer. God has a plan for you. God wants to see you become that which He has called you to be. And yes, as selfish as it may seem, but think about your family members. You know, there are people who can never recover from somebody who commits suicide. I can only imagine what the wife of that man who committed suicide there on Twitter is feeling right now. So yes, it may seem like you don't want to do it anymore, but think of your loved ones. There is a song that says Ngeke kuhlale kunje. It's sang by Doni. Ngeke kuhlale kunje na. Ngeke kuhlale kunje na. Hey, my VIP, excuse the background noise. Anyway, ngeke kuhlale kunje. It won't always be like this. The Lord will perfect all that concerns you. Hold on a little while longer. Hold on a little longer. You may be on the verge of that breakthrough. You may be on the verge of getting that life-changing email. You may be on the verge of getting that phone call that you got the job. Just hold on a little while longer. I know it's hard to stay in South Africa where the cost of living is way too high, but hold on a little while longer. You know, and honestly, to be realistic and come to the last point of my video, if you feel like you are at a place where you cannot take it anymore and you do know that you are going to end your life, my final words could be, just make sure you are born again. Just make sure you have given your life to Jesus. Just make sure you have done the salvation prayer. Because unfortunately, after death, you cannot say to God, let me go and fix, let me get born again. There is no salvation after death. So make sure before you take your life, you are a born again Christian. You have given your life to Jesus. You may feel like your situation cannot be solved. You want to end it all. Okay. And no amount of motivation, no amount of hold on a little while longer can help you on this one. It's okay, but make sure you have given your life to Jesus, because you never know the life that we are going to have after death. The life that you may feel like you are running to, you are running for a better life, you want to rest from the rest of the world. You do not know what awaits you on the other side. So just make sure that you have given your life to Jesus. You are saved. Your soul can be saved. And only God can have mercy on you on the other side. The other side that you chose to go before God could call you back home. You know, you may be watching this and say, you see, you are even harsh. I'm not harsh. It is the honest truth. Once you kill yourself, there is no turning back. That is why there are people who attempt to kill themselves. Some regret why their plan did not succeed. But unfortunately, there is no U-turn when it comes to killing yourself. There is no let me go back and fix. So give your life to Jesus. And if you feel like this is the path for you to end it all, it is well. I hope you have watched this far, and you may feel like you are not suicidal, but this video is even for us who are not suicidal. Actually, it's for us who are not suicidal to make sure that people that are going through a lot can be able to get to this video before it is too late. Anyway, I appreciate you all, my VIPs, and I will see you in the next video.